Welcome to the Encouraging Word, a place for thoughtful conversation, reflective faith, and encouragement for the journey. I'm Pastor Eric. Wherever you're listening from, I'm glad you're here.
Good morning, beautiful people. This is Pastor Eric, Associate Pastor at Lyndhurst Baptist Church on the west side of Indianapolis, and Indiana State Chaplain for Broken Chain Stacy. And this is your encouraging word for today. We are continuing in our Atonement theory series, and this week we will be looking at the Penal Substitution theory, which deals with the issue of the assurance of our salvation. Today's devotion is entitled, Christ Bears Our Judgment. Our scripture for today is from the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, verses 5 and 6. He was pierced for our transgression. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all, like sheep, have gone astray, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. There is a question that lives in many hearts, even among believers. What happens to the guilt that cannot be undone? Not regret, not embarrassment, but real moral weight, the kind that cannot be reversed, repaired, or forgotten. Isaiah speaks directly into that burden. He tells us the servant is pierced for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities, and that the punishment that brings us peace falls on him. Notice the exchange. Our wandering, his suffering. Our guilt, his burden. Our peace, his cost. Scripture does not pretend wrongdoing simply disappears. Romans tells us that the wages of sin is death. And throughout the biblical story, God makes clear that justice is not an optional feature of love. It is part of love's integrity. But the astonishing claim of the gospel is this: God does not demand payment from a distance. He bears it personally. The early church spoke carefully here, always insisting that what Christ suffers, he suffers willingly, not as a victim of divine anger, but as the expression of divine love entering the place where judgment fails. Gregory of Nazianzus wrote that Christ takes what is ours in order to give what is his, entering fully into the human condition so that nothing remains outside redemption. Centuries later, a voice many Christians know helped make this intensely personal. Martin Luther describes the cross as the great exchange. Christ takes our sin, our condemnation, our standing under judgment, and gives us his righteousness, his acceptance, his peace with God. Not symbolic, not partial, but an exchange. This is important because many people carry guilt long after forgiveness has been offered. We believe that Christ died for sin in general, but we struggle to believe that he bore ours in particular. But Isaiah is painfully specific. The Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. Not minimized, not postponed, but laid on him. So, today, if you carry memories that still accuse you, if shame feels more convincing than grace, if you fear that justice still has your name written on it, hear this encouraging word today. The judgment that you fear has already been faced. The burden that you carry has already been borne. The peace that you long for has already been purchased. Christ did not merely sympathize with your guilt. He stood where it falls. Receive this blessing. May you walk today unafraid of condemnation, resting in the one who is already born what you could not. Grace and peace to you, beautiful people.
Thanks for sharing this time with me. I hope these words have given you space to breathe and something steady to carry with you into the rest of your day. Until next time, grace and peace.